Jim.
Morning.
Oh yeah.
Wednesdays and Thursdays are both pretty predictable, I would say.
So I usually get up around 6, spend a little time in God's Word, make coffee, and then I come to the Y to play racquetball. Wednesday I play here, and then I usually take a video call from my car on the way to the next meeting, and the day is stacked from there.
Cool.
All right, it's been a long time. Good morning, Danny. How are you, sir?
Glad to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right.
Vacation. It's good to see you.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Handy cup holder here.
There we go.
Charlie, when you're healthy, how many times a week do you work out?
6.
Yeah. So this man
Oh,
works
wow.
out a minimum of like 9 or 10 hours a week, sometimes more. At 71.
I respect it.
And that's why he can still beat me on the racquetball court.
Sven,
Good stuff.
what an absolute joy.
There we go. Nice and refreshed. Yeah.
Nice and refreshing. So let me ask this: what is your goal for this meeting? At the end of the meeting, how do you want the client to think, feel, and act? So act, what do you want him to do? But what do you want him to think and feel at the conclusion of the meeting? So all of that is good, and I don't want to take away from it.
Sure.
But you didn't answer my question.
What do I want him to feel?
How do you want him to think, feel,
Yeah, okay,
and
that's true.
act? We still want to present a plan.
Yeah.
It's easier to edit than it is to write.
Mm.
It's easier for us and for the client to edit than it is to create, right?
Mm.
So, at least for most people, there are a few
Sure.
people that's an interview question that I often ask. I don't know if I ever
Really?
asked you, but
No.
are you a better writer or a better editor?
Yeah.
Some people.
How's it been? It's been so long.
It has been a long time. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna keep pushing on that. And how was your trip?
It was really good. 16 days without checking my email, which is the longest since I was 13 years old. There's a whole team of people that made it possible, but it was really great. And that's the longest I've gone without meeting with my assistant also. I told her we had some optional meetings baked in, like early in the morning or late at night, where if we needed to check in, if something really urgent came up, I'd be available. But she would just message me and say, no need to meet. And that was really the extent of it. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to make it sound like I hate work. I love work and I love what I do, but it's also really nice to actually take a vacation with the family and not have to be responsible for anything for a couple weeks. So it's good.
What was? I got your numbers though. Okay.
I want to start with a review of our last strategy session together a few weeks ago. All right, so that was probably the most important meeting of the day. A strategy session for a new client for Impact Avalanche. Mining for content. So explaining the process by which we pull content out of the client. Everybody's worried that they don't have enough interesting things to talk about, or how are they going to fill their content calendar? And we make that easy. So we worked through all of that and kind of gave him clarity and vision for what's possible, and set a game plan for the next couple of weeks. So I think it was a good and productive meeting. Client left feeling confident and inspired and optimistic and all the good things. And we left with a clear plan and action steps with dates.
Don't. It's not the camera. You're talking to me about clear communication.
Clear communication has to go from general to specific. I have to consider the needs of my audience and what they know or they don't know. I have to work from I have to explain the unfamiliar in terms of the familiar. I have to start with big picture and work down. But if all I ever do is get big picture, and I never get into the details or explain what I'm actually talking about, if I'm always at the analogy level or the vague, some pithy statement, I'm not actually communicating. I'm not actually transferring a thought from my mind to yours. So I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. Your bias is use 10 words because nobody's going to read a paragraph. And my bias is, no, I actually want to change behavior. I actually want to communicate not just a feeling. I don't want to just entertain somebody. I actually want to communicate meaning and purpose and change behavior. And you can't do that with a headline.
You ready for it?
Oh, wait, you got all of you. You brought your chicken.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nuke this then.
Perfect.
determine.
Was there ever a point where people made introductions? Like, here's who I am and what I do? Not really.
No, there's
When that happened, obviously not at a big conference like that, but when that happens, I'm always ready with my notebook. Like, let's say that there's a table with 10 people or whatever, and I'm writing, like I'm drawing a seating chart, right, of where they are, and then I'm listening for who I want to, and I'm going to circle the people that I want, and then I stalk them basically and make sure I'm at lunch with them or whatever, because I want to talk to that person. What's the next step with her? So what do you need to get to that decision? I'm just exploring it. What if your default was? What you think? Did you learn anything?
Coaching is more of a accountability than big realizations every time, right?
It's true that you don't get these big aha moments or epiphanies every coaching session. Sometimes you do.
It's amazing when it happens.
But a lot of times, so you heard a couple things in there. You heard, I should have the clarity to make a go, no-go decision. That's a big decision, don't get me wrong. We've been talking about it for a year. I should have the clarity in another week or two, right? Well, in my notes, I had on April 29th, should have the clarity to make a go, no-go decision in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not that we needed more information, it's that we just need to make a decision. And a coach can be really helpful in those kinds of scenarios to help you sift through the information and think through it objectively, because there's a lot of emotion when this is a big change, this is a big decision. And there's a lot of fear and emotion, and so having somebody that has made big decisions before in the room and can talk you through it and hold you account and say, time to put up or shut up, like time to make a decision. So we actually had 2 of those decisions on the table today, and has enough information, he actually knows the right decision. In both cases, he knows he's already made up his mind. He's just scared to pull the trigger, which no shame. Like, I've been scared to make big decisions many times. Anyway, but yeah, no big epiphanies today, but we got closer to making 2 really important decisions, and I think within the next week or 2 he'll make them, and I can't wait for him to get to the other side. He's gonna look back and say, Tim, I should have made that decision 6 months ago. Mark my words. That's what I'll say.
If the IRS is watching, you can be sure that all of my mileage deductions are legitimate. I spend a lot of time in the car. Usually productive time, though. Usually I'm either in a meeting with my assistant or on a phone call with a client, or on rare occasions I'm listening to an audiobook or podcast. Not because it's not rare because I don't like to do it. It's just because I'm almost always in a meeting with somebody while I'm driving. One of the things that Jocelyn does really well, lots of things she does really well, is she almost always makes use of my drive time. So typically, I don't get in the car without a plan. There's a way that I'm going to create value during that 20 or 30 minute drive, usually by being in a conversation with somebody, sometimes by consuming information that I need. Maybe she's created a brief for me, or I'm going to listen to some recording that I need to catch up on, a meeting that I missed or something. But drive time is almost always productive.
It's kind of hard to do if you didn't have an assistant.
A lot harder, but I did it before I had an assistant. It does require more planning, but it's one of those, it's like any kind of investment. It's a temporary sacrifice in exchange for a future yield. All right, we're at our next stop, a meeting at Hampton Park Christian School with the school administrator, Kevin Priest, to go 6 or 7 years ago now. He came to me and said, look, I want to grow the school, and I've got a 5-year plan. I want to get 100 new students, but we've been, as most Christian schools are, have been in decline for many years, and I want to reverse that trend. So at the time, I owned an agency. Our agency got involved, and we ended up helping grow the school by 100 students, not in 5 years, but in the first year. Even though I got out of the marketing business and have tried to stay out of the marketing business, every now and then somebody calls me and asks for help, and this is one that I was glad to say yes to. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Good to see you again.
But basically, it was off for 2 full weeks without thinking about work or.
That sounds amazing. The thing that scares me is coming back from whatever that time of week and looking at my inbox and freaking out. And feeling like, oh my goodness, now I have a whole week of just sifting through emails.
Right.
But I don't know. It's possible that Beth could help me with that actually. If I just give her my emails and then she could kind of prioritize them.
Yep.
The next couple months, I'll keep you posted.
Yep, sounds good. Let me know if you need anything
Will do.
All right, I'm gonna jump on with Jocelyn. And hey, Jocelyn, how are you?
Hi Tim, how are you?
Good. Good morning.
Yeah. Good afternoon. So I'm just gonna organize that into an email to Bushra. So that next one, I just wanted to check if you were able to give access to Neonland on Meta Ads Partner.
I did. Thank you for checking. That's handled. Document.
We're gonna leave.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, man. See ya.
Yeah, good stuff.